So what's up, guys? Today I've got a 5th gen UU match against my friend Alekaz, and actually, since this is a pretty short battle, I kind of want to go into more into detail on the team a little bit here. So the quality might decrease a little bit here because it's a picture, but as you can see by the teams, my team's on the bottom, his team's on the top. Now I knew he was going to lead off with his Espeon because of Magic Bounce, and I was thinking he was going to think my Mamoswine was an actual lead Mamoswine, and I had set up stealth rocks and stuff like that. So actually, my Mamoswine is choice banded, and the only other threat I found on his team was his Dusclops because I don't have a whole lot to take it. But we'll just see how it plays out. And his Arcanine was also a pretty big threat as well. But so let's see. He's gonna lead off with his Espeon, and I'm gonna lead off with my Mamoswine, like I said. Now he predicted me to be an actual lead Mamoswine and go for like what's that called? Like stealth rocks and stuff. So he goes right away for the trick and tricks me a choice scarf. But I'm actually a choice banded Mamoswine, so that was a pretty good exchange for me because I can just go for Earthquake, and that's gonna one hit KO the Espeon, no problem. I didn't even need the choice band for that. So that's gonna take it down, and now my Mamoswine is like an adamant nature, like 394 attack with a choice scarf. So this thing is pretty dangerous right now, and I just took out his Espeon, so there's like no threat. There's no threat anymore from his Espeon because it's dead. So I predicted the Will-O-Wisp, and I went into my Lucario, and in most circumstances that's actually bad. But he thought it was a good thing because he thought this was my extreme speed, like, Swords Dance one. But this is actually my choice specs Lucario, so I go for the Shadow Ball. It does around half to this Dusclops, which is actually pretty good. I didn't think it was going to do that much. Because, Dusclops is Evolite, they're pretty monsters. But he goes for the Confuse Ray, and this is actually a pretty bad thing for him because I'm burned and my attack is halved with a burn. So if I do hit myself, I'm going to do less damage. So he should probably change that set around. And I don't hit myself in Confusion here, and I get off the Shadow Ball on the, on the Zangoose, but it doesn't affect it. So I see he has the Toxic Orb here, so I know he's going to be the... it's not Guts, but it's like an ability that raises attack +3, I do believe, when he's poisoned. So I go into Dusclops, which is the ultimate Zangoose counter. Like, I mean, even if this one did have Shadow Claw, I would be able to take the Shadow Claw like a monster because I'm like max defense, I do believe. But he switches out into his Venusaur, and I went for Will-O-Wisp, obviously predicting the switch because why would he stay in? And I get it on the Venusaur, which is awesome. And I was thinking that would be a pretty bad move because Venusaurs are usually special. And I do have the Ice Punch on my Dusclops, which I kind of wanted to use, but I didn't want him to like go for like Sleep Powder on me, so I switched into Lucario knowing I'm immune to the Sleep Powder, but he predicts the switch and goes for Leech Seed, so the burn is not really taking effect as much, which is a pretty good move on his part. So he's gaining a lot of HP, and we're both burned here. And the only move I have like on this Lucario that can actually do damage to this Venusaur is Shadow Ball, so I just go for Shadow Ball, basically kind of just sacrificing my Lucario because I don't really need him anymore based on the rest of his team. So he goes for Power Up because I'm pretty sure that's his only offensive move because he's still specially bulky, but he's just like a physical variant. So getting that burn on him earlier, which is really good for me because now his Power Whips are not going to be doing a whole lot. So I feint to the burn there, and he's getting hurt by his burn. And I bring in my Darmanitan here because I know he has nothing on his team that can safely take my Flare Blitz unless he has this, or his Arcanine has Flash Fire, but he has Intimidate, so I'm like, oh, thank God. And I just, because of the Intimidate, I kind of figured he was kind of bulky. I mean, his name, Morning Glory, like, like Morning, that's kind of a giveaway, but most people just like do that as like a shits and giggle thing where they obviously don't have that. But I knew I'd outspeed him because the worst it would be is a speed tie, and he can't really touch me, so I just went. I felt safe going for the Earthquake, and that's just going to take his Arcanine down, which is awesome because that's a huge threat off his team. So he goes into his Dentura here, and I'm obviously going to switch, predicting the Thunder, and go into my Mamoswine. Now this is where the rape happens, okay? It was a pretty close battle up until now. He's going to have to switch, and he goes into his Dusclops as I go for Earthquake. Now, he was hoping this wouldn't be a 2-hit KO, but it is a 2-hit KO. If I got minimum damage there, he might have lived it, not sure. but his only thing on his team that can safely take an Earthquake just went down to an Earthquake. So now he has to go into his Zangoose, basically go for Quick Attack because he tricked me with a Choice Scarf, so now I'm faster than him, which is funny. So he just goes for the Quick Attack, and even though it's at +3 stab and everything like that, it didn't do a whole lot, and I'm just going to go for Earthquake and take him down. So Mamoswine is basically just ripping this guy a new asshole, whether he likes it or not. So he goes into his Venusaur, and he actually does end up living this Earthquake with like a little, like 13 HP maybe. But because I got the burn on him earlier, his Power Whip is not going to take me down. I'm going to live with 27 HP. He's just going to get some leftovers, but he is going to be taken down to the burn. And his final Pokemon is Dentura. Or no, not Galvantula, that's it. What Dentura? What the hell? Galvantula. So I go for the Earthquake because I'm Choice Scarfed and I'm obviously locked into it, and he's not going to be able to take that Earthquake. So good game, Alekaz. Hope you enjoyed this match of Mamoswine molesting a child. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it, and I went a little more in-depth in this battle, so I hope you enjoyed it, and give the video a like rating if you like this style, give it a dislike rating if you dislike it, and remember to leave a comment on the battle, what you thought of it, and yeah.